Nice to have you with us for our first post-pandemic Thanksgiving weekend. You'd think we all be celebrating, but for some reason, we're collectively scared, apprehensive a little bit. And it's not a left or right thing. Pessimism is now oddly an American thing. 71% of Americans say the country is on the wrong track. That's as bad or as worse during the depths of the pandemic. Basic things just don't seem to work anymore. Can anybody remember a Thanksgiving where parents had to think about how to get drugs if their kids got sick over the holidays? Pharmacists now report running out of children's Tylenol amid a crippling antibiotic shortage. Seriously, we are now rationing children's Tylenol in America. The railroads could shut down. No wonder people feel uneasy. America is now dealing with problems they have never thought they'd have to deal with. Inflation for the first time in 40 years. New unemployment numbers don't look good. As Americans, we have to stop and pause and realize we do have a lot to be thankful for. But collectively, we just don't seem to see it. Journalist Max Burns, founder, chief strategist, Third Degree Strategies, is with us. Is it that things really are unsettled, or is it that our politicians get ahead by just telling us how bad things are?
Well, thanks for having me, Leland. I think you've made a great point, is that there is a lot of buck passing going on right now. We're facing a challenging time, admittedly, and it's very important to identify who is actually responsible for that. And when we look at the economic data, what's driving inflation, what's driving rising levels of layoffs, it's largely corporate profiteering. And this is something that can be seen in data from the left and from the right. But we've, in a sense, ignored this to fight amongst ourselves. And in the meantime, those mega corporations are picking Americans' pockets.
Yeah, well, certainly people, as we all sit down for the Thanksgiving weekend, high prices, the economic uncertainty is what really drives so much of the conversation. The argument has always been, at least from Democrats right now, hey, look, inflation's bad, but what to worry about is the unemployment numbers. Unemployment is low. New unemployment numbers, 240,000 jobless claims, highest since August. Layoffs looming from the Wall Street Journal reporting HP layoffs planned, Forbes, Google layoffs, Yahoo Finance. Here's where big tech's next layoffs might be. Thinking there may be more job cuts coming in December. Is that where the rubber will meet the road and we will perhaps have to agree on solutions?
Yeah, it absolutely will. And I think you'll find that once we take a look at this and this becomes a reality, there's not that big a difference on the solution. This would be a different scenario if corporations were doing poorly, but they have made the most profit since 1950. I mean, these are corporations that are flush with cash. They're having a great Thanksgiving, well, essentially cutting the legs out from working American families, laying them off to further maximize already astronomically high profits.
Yeah, you make a great point in terms of it is the American worker really, Republican or Democrat, who's taken it on the chin. Max, a fun sort of idea and topic of conversation for Thanksgiving. What are we going to be worried about in Thanksgiving of 2023? What are we going to be talking about?
Well, Joe Biden certainly hopes it won't be inflation, because if inflation is still high, that's going to be a major problem for Democrats. But the hope is that if recovery can happen, if we can actually get some legislation passed to address some of this runaway profiteering, that we'll have maybe more heated but less serious things to talk about around the table next year.
I love more heated but less serious. Maybe we can go back to talking about football on Thanksgiving. I got 30 seconds here. Explain to us how this happened, that the political spectrum, which used to sort of be this straight line, bended into this horseshoe, right? And now you've got Republicans like Josh Hawley, who calls himself a very conservative Republican senator, and Bernie Sanders, almost oddly with the same talking points when it comes to your point of corporate profiteering and what to do about it.
Yeah, I mean, you have a party on the right who refuses to acknowledge even that corporate profit is a problem. And then you have a Democratic Party that is very divided on how exactly to address this. They don't want to be blamed for driving business overseas. They are very bought into this fear cycle that is stopping real action. And what we see in poll after poll is that the American worker just wants government to do something. They know that those corporations are there.
It's a great point. Just do something, because we're scared. Hey, Max, it was great seeing you. Thank you. Have an awesome weekend, and we'll talk sometime before the new year. Thanks for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to subscribe. Click the red button to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.